Here to present the award for Best Achievement in Makeup are two women whose own natural beauty could render that particular category obsolete. From the Cotton Club, Miss Lonette McKee, and from A Woman in Red, Miss Kelly LeBrock.
The makeup artist has been an integral part of the movie since the beginning.
Influenced by stage techniques, early film actors looked as though they'd been made up in a bakery.
Yes, and as it happened with each of the movie-making crafts, makeup has become more and more advanced and more an art in itself.
From the 18th century far into the 21st, the work of this year's nominees covered a span of some 400 years. In Amadeus, nominees Paul LeBlanc and Dick Smith created makeup authentic to the period, from the theatrical faces of the Masquerade Ball to depicting the effects of time on Mozart's nemesis, Antonio Salieri.
In Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes, nominees Rick Baker and Paul Angolan created makeup for both man and beast.
In 2010, Michael Westmore applied his artistry to the aging process and brought a chilling realism to the face of actor Keir Dullea.
And the winners for Best Achievement in Makeup are Paul LeBlanc and Dick Smith for Amadeus.
I've been a makeup artist for 40 years, years full of excitement and happiness, many friends, and this moment is just the greatest of that time. I'm very grateful for it, and especially to Murray Abraham, whose genius brought my old Salieri makeup to such glorious life. Paul and I are especially honored because we know how extraordinary the creations of Rick Baker and Mike Westmore were, and we're proud to be their colleagues. Paul did all the other makeups besides the Salieri one, and please say your words. Thank you very much.
I just want to say thank you to Tom Sternberg for introducing me to Saul Zaentz, who introduced me to Milos Forman, who introduced me to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Thank you.
For Best Achievement in Sound, the nominees are
Mark Berger, Tom Scott, Todd Boekelheide, and Chris Newman for Amadeus.
It sounded good. Do another.
Bill Varney, Steve Maslow, Kevin O'Connell, and Nelson Stull for Dune.
Graham V. Hartstone, Nicolas Le Mesurier, Michael A. Carter, and John Mitchell for A Passage to India.
Nick Elfin, Robert Thurwell, Richard Portman, and David Ronnie for The River.
Michael J. Kohut, Aaron Rochin, Carlos de la Rios, and Jean S. Canamesa for 2010. May we hear the sound of the envelope tearing, please.
The winners are Mark Berger, Tom Scott, and Todd Boekelheide, and Chris Newman for Amadeus.
Thanks to Saul Zaentz and Milos Forman for the opportunity to work on Amadeus, and to my wife Susan Waingraff, Matthew, and Anya.
Thanks to our San Francisco sound editors, Roy Siegel, Alice Caldwell, and Kadi Keese.
Thanks to John Strauss, whose wonderfully creative work on this film made my work on it quite pleasurable. Also Mark Adler for the great tracks, and Neville Mariner for some wonderful readings of the music, and finally Wolfgang for writing it down.
Kenny Weston, Neil Fallon, Bob Gorlin, Peter and Hope Newman, all the people in Czechoslovakia with profound gratitude. Thank you.